They did?
Only one menu. You always do a math thing.
Big board there. Take the shirt off, Ellen. Women's wheel. They don't have an opening.
My brother said the first pony you ride is the normal pony. Is that true? Are any of the ponies ornery? Which one? Just
Chips and cheese. They don't have any anything we say gonna be on the video then? Sitting here.
You mean on the video? Yes, it's already on. Don't want to sit by the live stream, huh?
Those two now, but when we were little,
There you are. He likes
Whatever you want to do. You need 5 minutes.
And their passport is all the time
if you get like halfway out there, it starts to kind of loud.
to improve. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm not going to be biased
What's up, see Matt?
into it yet.
Yeah.
So you stay up here with me and you'll be in my pastor, all right? Oh, and I don't do this first time. And then I picked out our trivia we're reading. Yeah. I
Testing. We got it. We're live. Okay. Well, I think we're ready to go. Nobody blink or you'll miss it. But we do have some really good cattle back there in the barn. Some really good kids that have spent a lot of time on their project. So welcome to the 2015 Knox County Fair 4-H and FFA Beef Show. I'll take just a minute to introduce our judge for this evening. This is Mr. Joe Basinger. Joe comes from us from Vandalia, Missouri. Joe's been a lifelong resident where he's worked with raising show cattle, had a few Angus cattle. I've even seen a Charolais cow or two on the plate. I've seen an Angus cow or two on the plate too. So we certainly thank Joe for being with us tonight and look forward to a good show. First class in the ring is going to be Senior Heifer Calf, 1 entry from Lane James. Huh?
You guys sit down.
Good evening, everybody. We got to start the night off tonight. We got a September heifer calf here. The young lady has brought us in, and this is a heifer calf in my mind that could probably withstand a little bit of competition. This heifer's really blown apart from end to end. She's got a lot of springer rib about her. She's really powerful when you get in behind her, from her hooks to her pins. And a heifer you really got to appreciate from those standpoints. If I was going to change her just a little bit, I'd like to knock her down in her tail head just a skosh and clean her up through that front 1/3 underneath her chin there a little bit to make her a little more attractive. But a really stout, rugged kind of female to start our heifer show off tonight.
Jump in the gun.
And congratulations to Lainey James with her senior heifer calf. In the ring at this time we have Rebecca Sparks with her junior Angus yearling heifer.
So they can. That sounds great. Yep.
Because I think the rule is you have to have 3 breeds to have like a club. To have a breed club. Since it wasn't 3 of anything, we'll go blue here too.
Young ladies brought us a March Angus heifer out here. Another one that could withstand a little competition. One that's very neat and attractive in her lines. She's very level down her top, very extended out through that front 1/3. One thing we'd like to change about her, I'd like to kind of blow her apart in her rib shape. She gets a little flat-sided for me, but one that's, again, attractive in her lines, bounces up really nice from the side.
Congratulations to Becca Sparks with her junior Angus yearling heifer. Our third female class for this evening will be one entry from Matthew Hunel with his junior yearling heifer. That's a Simmental.
Another blue. This young man has brought us a really nice February Simmental heifer, a heifer that you got to appreciate for a lot of things. This one, I don't think she overpowers you in any standpoint, but she puts a lot of good things together. She's very attractive out through that front 1/3. She has that into a really level top. She comes out level from hooks to pins. She's got enough rib shape to her. She's just a really nice kind of female. If I was going to change her just a little bit, and this is kind of nitpicking on a pretty good heifer, I'd like to maybe just deepen her up a little bit and kind of tie in with that boldness a little bit. But that's a really nice heifer that could withstand a lot of competition.
At this time, we're going to have all three of our heifers come on back into the ring for our champion all other breeds female drive. This will also be your overall champion female drive as well. And this year, our champion all other breeds female is sponsored by Edina Livestock Sales. And our overall champion female plaque is sponsored by Ellison Stock Farms. So there will be 3 entries in the champion female drive. 1 entry from Lainey James, 1 entry from Becca Sparks, and 1 entry from Matthew Kuno.
They go to the same, like the winner gets both things.
Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it.
We're gonna take just one picture. There's 2 plaques, but it's going to the
Let's take
same
one
person.
picture, yeah.
Together and write a different caption.
We'll just put one big one.
Well, let's give all our heifer exhibitors a big round of applause. What they may be lacking in quantity, they're sure not lacking in quality here at Edina tonight. I think we've got 3 really nice heifers out here to evaluate for Champion Drive. Just another quick little rundown. The September heifer calf showing up at the front. Again, a heifer you really got to appreciate for her stoutness of feature, her boldness, her shape. You really got to like that about her. If she, like we said, if we're going to change her just a little bit, we want to clean her up through that front 1/3. But again, one that you really got to appreciate for her rugged practicality standpoint. The young lady's Angus heifer here in the number 2 hole right now. Again, a heifer that's very functional, very attractive in her design, feminine in her design, one that you maybe just want to blow apart a little bit. The young man's Simmental heifer here that rounds this out. Again, a heifer, like I said, that maybe doesn't blow you away in any standpoint, but one that puts a lot of good things together. She, like we said in class, she's very feminine in her design. She's long, she's level. She's level from those hooks to those pins. She's got a good shape about her rib. She's very sound on her feet and legs. One that maybe just kind of roaches just a little bit in her top when she gets around. Again, that's nitpicking on a very good heifer. Let's go ahead and give these exhibitors another big round of applause, and I'll go out and select your champion.
And your champion, all of the breeds female this evening, sponsored by Edina Livestock Sales, goes to Matthew Hino. Also, that will be our overall champion female this evening, sponsored by Ellison Stock Farms. We have our reserve champion, all other breeds female, and reserve champion female coming up next. The reserve champion, all other breeds, is sponsored by Town and Country Bank Midwest. And our reserve champion female overall is sponsored by the Knox County FFA chapter.
In my mind, it gets a little closer when we get out here for reserve. Again, we gotta appreciate some things about each one. They're very different in their own type and kind. I guess for me today, the one that I'm gonna go with that more suits my type and kind, the cattle that I would take home and that would work in my program, that will be your young lady's September heifer calf, and she'll be your reserve heifer today.
And congratulations to Lainey James with her reserve champion, all of their breeds female, sponsored by Town and Country Bank Midwest. And also the reserve champion female overall, sponsored by the Knox County FFA chapter. As these guys are getting their pictures taken over here, we're going to go ahead and get ready for our market steers.
This and that and this.
We will have 2 entries in our first class. This will be 1 entry from Rebecca Sparks with her February steer, and 1 entry by Lauren Dale with her March steer. Again, girls, go ahead and get your steers ready to come on in the ring as soon as they're done with their photographs.
Is that yours? Yep. Let me go get you one. Let me go get you one. That's nice. It's nice semi. Knox.
Come on back here.
Okay, and for those of you that missed the sheep and goat show last night, we have our Knox County 4-H FFA trivia contest we started last night, and I've got some girls that have some really interesting facts for you. We're going to start off with Cameron. She's got a pretty good one to tell you first.
Like high drama.
The average temperature of a cow is 101.5 degrees. That's hot.
And Emily with our second entry in our trivia contest.
On average, a cow of about 1,000 pounds will proceed as much as a staggering 10 pounds of manure each year. 10 pounds.
10 pounds.
Woo, that's a lot. All right, stay tuned for our next round. We've got Lauren and Becca that are ready to enter the ring with their market steers this evening. Again, this will be the beginning of our market steer classes tonight. We have one entry from Becca Sparks with her February 2014 steer and one entry from Lauren Dale with her March 2014 steer. This drive that's in the ring right now will also be your champion and reserve champion market steers for this year's fair. The champion market steer this year for the 2015 Knox County 4-H and FFA Fair is sponsored by the Farm Shop here in Edina. And our reserve champion market steer is sponsored by Pepsi Cola Bottling Company in Memphis, Missouri.
Once the heifer comes in, they'll bring the steer and the heifer back.
For our market steer show tonight, we got a steer that I think sorts himself to the top of this pair pretty easy. He's one that you really got to appreciate for a lot of things. He's big-footed, big-legged, big-backed. When you get in behind him, he's got some shape and expression to that quarter. Like I said, he's done. Like I said, he's big-backed, and when you get your hands on him, you really got to appreciate him for the expression that he shows and the fat cover. One that's weighing 13 and a half. Which is just about ideal. One you got to appreciate, like I said, for a lot of things. If I was going to get a little nitpicky on him, I'd sure like to strengthen him up in that forerib, maybe relax him in that shoulder a little bit as he gets a little upright in his shoulder. But one that's, like I said, got a lot of good things about him. The young lady steer that's in second here, a really practical, good kind of calf. One that's going to feed well, one that's going to go to the rail with a lot of good things about him. To move up any higher, we sure need to stouten him up down the top and through that quarter. But one, again, that's just a good, practical, functional kind of calf that's made a nice project for this young lady. But then we got Mark.
And our champion market steer this year is exhibited by Lauren Dale, and a reserve champion market steer by Becca Sparks. Congratulations to these two girls and some steers they put a whole lot of hard work into. While they're getting their pictures taken over here, we have Andrew Hinault coming in with our market heifer for our class for our next drive. And following Andrew's round, or our market heifer round, we will be bringing him back in for our champion and reserve champion overall market beef for the show this year. Okay, and for our second round of trivia tonight, we're going to start off with Emily.
Cattle have an incredible sense of smell. They can detect odors up to 5 miles away, and they can hear low and high fluid frequency sounds better than humans. That's awesome.
And Cambry, what's your second round?
Texas is the top producer of beef in the United States, followed by Nebraska, Missouri, Oklahoma, and South Dakota.
Go Missouri!
And stay tuned for round 3.
What's breaking news today, Echo?
Nothing. I'm working on the third project here.
Gonna fix the flooding on that street, isn't it?
And in the ring at this time, we have Andrew Hinault with our market heifer for this year's fair. His key main entry into our market heifer round.
Yeah. The backing up of the sewer water.
Backing up of
Fix it.
sewer water.
Just supposed to fix that.
Yes. Just as one of many things. 12,000 feet or sewer water in place. I don't know how many feet, and then they're relining the rest of it. Replacing manholes.
Young man brought us a nice 1,100-pound market heifer here. Again, one that you got to appreciate about a lot of things. She is stout in her feature. The young man's doing the right thing by showing her in the market class because she's stout. She's big top. She's big. She's thick-ended. I guess where I have some issues with her is the way she moves on her hind wheels. I'd sure like to see her be a little more coordinated when she moves about the ring. She wants to kind of get in her hawk, toe out when she kind of moves around the ring. But a heifer, again, that you got to appreciate for the stoutness of feature, the big top. Nice job, young man.
And our champion market heifer for the 2015 Knox County 4-H FFA Fair goes to Andrew Huno with his Key Main market heifer. The champion heifer is sponsored by Knox County Mutual Insurance. And at this time, we're going to go ahead and bring in our champion market steer for our champion market beef drive. The grand champion market beef overall is sponsored by the Farm Shop of Edina. And the reserve champion market beef overall is sponsored by Mallet Charlotte Farms. There will be Lauren Dale with her grand champion market steer and Andrew Huno with his grand champion market heifer.
He's probably harder to work with. He's probably harder to work with.
Well, he's not related to me, but yeah.
And for round 3 of our trivia tournament this evening, we're going to start off with Cambry.
Cattle are members of the ox family. That's big.
And Emily with your round 3 trivia.
In natural circumstances, cattle can live up to 25 years or more. That's old.
Joe, you gonna bring the other steer in? Are you gonna bring the other steer in? After you. Yes, I'm.
Well, let's get these steer exhibitor or market animal exhibitors. Excuse me. I still got to get used to the whole market heifer concept. Let's give these market animal exhibitors a big round of applause. Like I said in the heifer show, what we're lacking in size here, as far as numbers, we're sure not lacking in quality. When I got here and they told me there was only 6 head, I was kind of shocked, to be real honest with you, because when I was showing around, Knox County was one of the bigger shows in the area, and but what didn't disappoint, was the quality of the animals that have been put in front of me today. It's been very much a pleasure to come up here and judge this show for you guys. when we evaluate these steers or these market animals, excuse me, there's a few things we want to look at here in terms of market quality and carcass quality, and just and don't forget we are at a steer show too, or at a market animal show. So I always keep that in the back of my mind because I also raise show cattle, and so we do need a certain type of look to them. I think the two representatives that we have out here do those things very well. Like we talked about a second ago with the market heifer, one that you really got for her stoutness. You really got to appreciate her big top, her big stout hip, her big middle. One that, like we said, we just like to sound her up in her structure just a little bit when she gets to moving around. I'd also like to maybe push her up in her frame size so she could get up there in that 1200 range a little bit. Weighing at the 1100, she's already got quite a bit of fat laid down. That's one that maybe we need to push up in her frame so she can add another 100 pounds to that. The young lady steer that we have out here that won champion steer, again, one that you got to appreciate for a lot of things. Like I said in class, he's big-legged, he's big-topped, he's thick-ended. One that's weighing 1350, one that's right on in terms of cover, freshness, getting stale at this point. One that you got to appreciate for a lot of things. One that maybe we'd like to clean up in his structure as well, as he gets a little straight in the point of that shoulder and maybe gets a little pinched in that forerib. Again, we got two animals out here. They're a little bit different in their type and kind, but I think two good representatives for what this industry is trying to do. I'll go out now and select your champion.
And your grand champion overall market beef for this year's show goes to Lauren Dale with her champion market steer. The grand champion market beef overall is sponsored by the Farm Shop of Edina. And we're going to bring in Becca Sparks with her reserve champion market steer for our reserve champion market beef round that is sponsored by Mallet Charlet Farms.
Alright, are you guys ready? We're going.
And for our next round of trivia contest this evening, we're starting off with Emily.
Cows have 32 teeth, 8 incisors on the bottom front, and 6 molars on the top and bottom of each side. Chomp, chomp, moo.
Cows eat about 40 pounds of food each day and drink 30 gallons of water. Cattle drink water by use of a sucking action. They do not lap up water like a cat or dog. Moo.
How about we give our trivia readers a big round of applause? They've been doing a great job informing us about the cattle industry tonight. We get out here and we good? Oh, there we're back. Again, it gets a little closer in my mind. We got one that's a little more market ready, but again, we got one that's a little more attractive, probably thicker from end to end. When you get behind them and you get from a stoutness standpoint, and that to me is where it comes down to. That's what we're raising cattle for. Is to put pounds on the rail a little bit. But again, we're also in the show ring, so we got to understand that we need some high from the side and stuff like that. With that being said, the young man's red heifer will be your reserve market animal.
And your reserve Grand Champion Market Beef overall is sponsored by Mallet Charlet Farms. Goes to Andrew Hunnell with his market heifer. Now that we've wrapped up our market rounds for this evening, we're going to get ready for our showmanship rounds. One of, I think, my favorite classes that we have at any fair. We've got some exceptional exhibitors this year, and we're going to start with our junior showman, which will be our 13 and under. So can you guys pick your favorite cow and go ahead and get them ready to bring on in?
Well, it's 14 and under. 13. Oh, here it is. It says 13 and under, 14 and over.
They blow on the nose to make the ears come forward.
No, it's the other one just been 13.
It's like sucking it in, like they'll suck in. Huh.
As we bring our showmen back into the ring for our showmanship classes, our 13 and under beef showmanship is sponsored by in memory of Linda Sue Ewing. And we have Miss Lainey James coming in with her favorite cattle that she's brought to the fair this year.
Okay, just gonna get that one back.
Okay, just kidding. We have our 14 and over beef showmanship in the ring at this time. There will be 4 entries: Andrew Matthew Becca Sparks, and Lauren Dale. There will be 2 plaques for this class. Our 14 and over female beef showman, sponsored by Mallet Charlet Farms. And our 14 and over male showman is sponsored by Pepsi Cola Bottling Company of Memphis, Missouri.
Yeah.
So it'll be like cow, owner, and stand right there.
That's a good idea.
Some of them don't work because how about how about let's make him the Georgia Esther Baker. There's one more back there too, right in here. Oh, it's in here.
Yeah, it's
Got it.
And for our final round of our 2015 Knox County 4-H and FFA Fair Beef Trivia Contest, here's Cameron.
Cattle chew their cud for up to 8 hours each day, and they spend approximately 6 hours eating.
There are over 94 million head of beef cattle being produced by 1 million beef producers in the United States. Of these operations, 97% are family owned. That's a lot of beef.
All right, and the girls picked another one that they think's the funniest one, so I'll read this one for them. The world record for the heaviest bull at Chianina, named Donetto, was an amazing 3,836 pounds.
One nice at all, mister. Look at it.
Let's give our senior showman here a round of applause. I think before I get started here, I think they all did an excellent job tonight. And one thing I want to say is I know they have a class called showmanship, but showmanship doesn't start here. Showmanship starts at home. It starts with getting up, working with your cattle. You can tell that some of these animals have been rinsed, they've brushed, worked with their hair. They've all been fed really good. You can just, the ones that have worked, you know how hard they've worked, and you can really tell. And the ones that do their homework makes it a lot easier when you come to the fair. And so I applaud every single one of you guys out here for doing your homework. You can tell that you guys have worked with your home, and it shows. When other kids are maybe playing video games or running around here in Edina, you guys are working with your cattle, and it shows. So kudos to you guys. There's some things you look for in showmanship. This is stuff I've been judging all night. Like I said, we don't just have a class and you switch on and all of a sudden you're the best showman in the world. You should be doing this all night long, and these guys have done an excellent job and make it very tough on me to pick a showman. Are we good? Okay. To pick a champion showman, both male and female. So to give you a little background of what I did there, I asked them a series of questions. I asked them about their own calf. I asked them what they fed them and stuff like that, just to kind of test their knowledge and how much they've actually worked with them. That's when you know the kids have actually done it and not dads have actually done it. So and these guys all did an excellent job. There's some other things you look for. I will say this, when we line up head to tail over here, and I pull the out in front of you, you should move up. Okay, just a little pointer for you guys going forward. When the calf gets pulled out ahead of you, you move into that spot. Okay, you notice I put my hands thing. That was to check and see if kids are using their combs, and they did. I didn't expect them not to because they did it all night. A little bit about the combs. Make sure the combs are teeth in, so that way if anybody gets hit with a comb, it's you. These are just some basic things that we look at in showmanship, and all these young individuals have done a very good job of it. Some of you guys are probably wondering why I start with the older kids. I always try to start with the older kids. The younger kids an option to come up here like this young lady's doing and watch and maybe learn some things and what we're looking for and what we do. So therefore, that's why I start with one of the best pieces of advice a judge ever gave me when I was young and showing was go to a show and find an older kid that looks cool out in the show. And then you try to imitate that, because more than likely, if they look cool, they're probably doing things the right way. So there's some things you can take a little bit on things that I have learned. Again, I want to thank you guys for the opportunity to judge this. It's not. I've judged some shows throughout the years. It's not every day I get to judge a show in front of some of my family. In fact, I think this is the first time I ever have. So it's been a very special night. I've got two nieces in the stands tonight, and I hope that one day this becomes as big a part of their life as it was mine. So that's been a very special night. Again, I want to thank the Knox County people for inviting me up here. Thank the exhibit for all your hard work. And like I said, it shows your guys' quality excellent. And then last but not least, exhibitors, make sure you thank your grandparents, your relatives, whoever has made this possible. Not everybody in this world gets the opportunities that you guys make this part of your life. And I can tell it's as big a part of your life as it was mine, and it wouldn't have been possible without my parents either. So make sure when you get back there, you hug your parents, you tell them you love them, and you thank them, because they sacrifice a lot so you guys can do this. So with that being said, I'll go out and I will select your champion, male and female, showman.
Throw it away. Right. Just bang it on the cement.
And congratulations to your champion, 14 and over male showman of this evening, Mr. Andrew Hanel, and your champion female showman of this evening, Miss Becca Sparks.
Are they gonna have the corded mic? Do you know? Not the wireless one, the corded one. On the one with the cord on it?
We'll have both because I'll have somebody that announces and the other one that opts in. So I'll have two people with lights. That was Saturday.
That's it?
Well, just younger class. And then they have like a herdsman award and a rating
And at this time, we have our Beach Showmanship Class 13 and Under, sponsored by In Memory of Linda Seeley Ewing.
You know what I mean?
Folks, let's give Lainey a big round of applause. Lainey just informed me that this is her and her heifer. This is Lainey and Josephina. This is their first show together. I think they've done an excellent job tonight. And Lainey, I asked her some basic questions about what she did every day and when she started this project, and she did a great job answering. And Lainey, you just keep working and you're going to be really good someday. Okay, again, let's give Lainey a round of applause. Let's give all these exhibitors a round of applause. Thank you guys for coming out tonight.
And your 13 and under female beef showman, Lainey James, with her plaque sponsored by in memory of Linda Sue Ewing. We have a couple of special awards to give out this evening before we round out our beef show. First, we're going to award our champion rated game winners. We have Rebecca Sparks with our first place champion rated game steer weighing with a 3.55 pounds per day gain. This plaque is sponsored by in memory of Junior Durflinger. Our second place coming in would be Miss Lauren Dale with her steer weighing at 2.24 pounds per day of gain. And Andrew's heifer coming in with 1.73 pounds per day of gain. And our final special, we have two more. Our George and Esther Baker Memorial Angus Award goes to Miss Becca Sparks as well. And our final award for this evening, while they're in here, goes to our beef herdsman of this year's fair. The herdsman award is presented to the individual 4-H or FFA member that is selected on the following criteria: having the kitchens and surrounding areas
Say hi, Mom.
free of all waste and litter. They really take care of their project animals in every way: water and food and bedding, keeping their animals cool. Most importantly, their willingness to help other exhibitors, demonstrating good sportsmanship and having a positive attitude throughout the fair. And herdsman this year goes to Miss Becca Park. That is sponsored by Mike Fox Easton. And can we have one final round of applause for our trivia readers tonight? We flipped a coin and we decided that Cameron and Emily both win, so they're both going to get a piece of pie from the Farm Bureau Knox County FFA Pepsi wagon that's out here. If you guys need a drink before you head home tonight, or a piece of delicious pie, make sure you go over there and Justine will help you out. And one more last final round of applause for our judge this evening. We really thank him a lot for coming out and helping us teach these kids what's going on.
Which one?
Okay, folks,
And thank you
that's
guys
it.
very much for coming out to watch our beef show this year. We hope to see everyone back tomorrow at our livestock and art hall auction.
Thank you for tuning in to the Knox County 4-H FFA Fair Beef Show. We will be back tomorrow night for the big sale, which will have a lot of people here. And if you can't make it or you're far away, hopefully you will pick up our live stream. I'm Echo Mendez for NemoNews.net, signing off for now. Thanks.